So student, the previous day we have learned about jigsaw puzzle, collage, doll, soft toy and mask, this type of TLM, and these are produced using very low cost. You know that we are reading about low cost TLM, which we can prepare at our home by using very low money. So that is why these are called low cost TLM. What we can use in our education sector, what we can use as our TLM, these are things we have already now. Now today we are going to read a new thing. Actually this thing is totally related to our modern education system, and how in this corner aspect you can realize this type of education system. Okay, then what we are going to learn today. Now come and let's see. So student, today we are going to learn about CALL, okay, and the full form of this call is computer assisted language learning. It may come in your short type question. They will give you the call name and they will ask you the full form of it. You have to remember it. Then it is computer assisted language learning. Now we are going through a technological period. Everywhere there is technology. Okay, there is technology. We are using this technology every aspect of our life. We are using mobile phone, we are using computer, we are using telephone, electricity, switch, everything are under technology. And in the word call, you already learned that there is one word that is assisted. Full from computer assisted language learning. This assisted means helping. In teaching learning process, we are going to use today, we are going to use computer. You know, computer is a modern technology. We are using this modern technology, computer, in our teaching learning process. Okay, in our teaching learning we are going to, and this computer, this technology are going to help us. This will help us. We cannot replace a teacher by using a computer. It is not possible. Okay, but this computer, this technology may help our teaching learning process, may help a teacher in his teaching learning process. If a teacher use some computer or this type of technology in his classroom, then that teacher may attract the whole class on his learning, on his teaching at a time. Okay, so it is very helpful to a teacher. So call and a computer and our modern technology is very helpful to our teacher and also to the student. Okay, also to the student, because they may use by using this type of computer, they may do many things in their teaching learning process. So come and let's find what are the things a administration or an institute, a teaching learning institute can do by using this type of technology. Come and let's see. Here you can see the four aspects of call. The first one is administration, second one is testing, third one is classroom aid, and fourth one is direct teaching. How we use call in administrative field, how we use this call in testing, classroom and direct teaching, we are going to discuss about it in details. First point, administration. Our first point is administration. A vast of administration depends on the timetable of a school. Okay, then if you make timetable using a computer, it will be very helpful for you. Why? you have to change again and again this timetable. Okay, for various kind of problem you have to change. If you have written some timetable, then you will realize that you have to change it again and again in a year. Then if you want to change a timetable, a format of timetable, or some if you have to change the class of any teacher from one to another, then in computer you can only delete that row and again introduce that row. But if you have written timetable, then you have to tear off that whole page again and you have to write that page again. Okay, then next time you may find nowadays in many school there is CCTV camera and some other aspect of teaching, overhead projector. Some school use this type of TLM. Then maximum this type of instrument are controlled by computer. And we have already discussed that computer is modern technology. Okay, and it is under call. So in administrative system, record is another aspect of administrative system. In administrative system, computer or call is very important in a school. Okay. Second point is testing. If any institute is using computer for testing, means examination, for examination of their student, for testing of their progress, okay, then it may help the teacher and the student in one time. Because when a teacher will take that test of the progress, he may use various kind of software to make that question, and it is very helpful to it will take minimum time to make that type of question. And in the case of student, he can write the answer in the computer screen, and sometime the computer screen will by using its various kind of program, it may show the problem and the incorrect word, incorrect grammar on the computer screen. So the student may take a assistance from the computer for his mistakes. Okay, then testing, and at the same time the student can aware about their progress. What is our mistake? The student can identify when he will see the red line under a spelling mistake, then he will, oh, this is wrong answer, oh, this is wrong spelling, and he can identify his progress himself or herself. Okay, this is the solvent of call. Third point is classroom aid. When we are learning about various kind of teaching TLM or teaching learning materials, you know, you have learned already about overhead projector, language laboratory, and slides. These are some teaching learning materials which are controlled by using a computer. Okay, in overhead projector you must have a computer. In laboratory, language laboratory, you should have a tape recorder, and it must be controlled by a computer. In many other aspect of classroom teaching, like if you are using a TV film, then you also have to use this type of computer for your management of that class. Okay, so in classroom aid, when you are in classroom aid, the use of computer is very necessary nowadays. Okay, because various kind of our teaching learning materials are controlled by this computer, and it will very helpful for a teacher and also for the student to take the message, and it is very helpful for the teacher to give that message, and to manage the whole class using that TLM. Okay. Our last point is direct teaching. If we want to learn, if we want to get a fast learning from the topic what we have learned in our class, then we have to use some reference book. Okay, we have already discussed about it, what is the reference book in our earlier class. But nowadays a student can get this type of vast information on this particular topic by using internet, computer, and their mobile phone, etc. Next, there are many kind of software designed for the student. They will guide the student likely the teacher. Okay, and if you do not have any lesson plan, model of lesson plan, then you go and search on your computer using internet. You will get some ready-made copy of lesson plan, and you may use that type lesson plan in making your own lesson plan. So if a student can get his extra knowledge, if a student can use this computer and internet and this type of technology as their reference learning, as their extra learning, it is very helpful for them. So nowadays call or computer or this type of technology directly related to our student. They get direct education from this internet and computer. Okay, so nowadays our direct education is totally related, maximum type of education is related to the computer as well as the internet. Now come to our next topic, and this is the advantages of computer in language teaching. Here we are talking about second language teaching. There are four points, and the first point is it can control presentation. It can combine visual and graphic information. Okay, let us discuss about this point. Nowadays, a teacher can prepare his whole class in a computer, as we are doing. We are presenting our whole class in this video, and our college will post it in your YouTube site, and you can watch it. In this way, a teacher in his classroom also present his class. And number two, a teacher can, when he is using this presentation, then the student can hear his word and can see what the teacher is going to show him, what the teacher going to see him. Okay, যেটা ওদেরকে দেখাতে চাইছি at a time. Now come to the next point. The teacher can show the picture. A teacher can show the picture of anything on the computer screen using that computer and overhead projector, and he may describe about that picture in by using his speech. Okay, these are the help a teacher can get from call or computer. And in the second term, a student will also get interested in this type of teaching. And nowadays you can see that some of the school is using smart class. What is smart class? Smart class is a presentation of a beautifully presentation of a computerized class. Okay. Our second point is it can provide novel and creative stimuli for learning. We have already discussed that a student can use his computer using some internet as a reference book. We have already discussed about it, and it may give that student some stimulation of reading that particular subject, because when if a student is going to learn from a book, this is not very interesting thing. But if that student is reading the same thing from a computer screen, then he will get some interest, and the picture and the other resource in that computer is very high quality, and so he get interested from that thing from our book, because the writing and picture quality of our books are not so high, so they get interested from the computer learning. Okay, and sometimes they may use the same description of same thing. Sometimes they get the description of same thing in many language, in which language they wants to read that content. If a student is trying to read in Hindi, then computer is ready to produce Hindi language. If a student is want to read in English, then the computer is ready to show him the English language. In the same manner, in the case of Bengali also, some of the there are some site that provides the student in Bengali letter. So in this way, it is very helpful for the student. Our third point is, it provide immediate feedback from the student. If a student is learning using computer as his reference book, and after completing his his education, if he wants to check his learning, and if he want some exercise from that site, okay, then he may use that exercise and example. And when he is using that exercise of that site in a computer, the computer will check at that point, at the same moment, when he will give the answer to the computer. But in our normal class, this is not possible. You have to write on a paper, and you have to submit this to your teacher. Teacher will take some time to correct it, and again you have to write this in your fresh exercise book. But in the case of computer, this is not needed. Directly put your language in the computer, and the computer will correct it, and you will get that feedback immediately. Okay, and if there is any correction, you have to only delete that place, and again you have to write that point. Okay, so it is very helpful for our language teaching. Our fourth point and the last point is, it helps teachers to suit the needs of the students. If a teacher is using this computer in his class, then he may show various kind of chart model at a time according to the need of his student. Because if he prepared a chart, okay, and some model, and he is using that chart and model in his class, and if a student asks another type of question that is not related to that text, okay, and the teacher has to attend that question, then what the teacher will do? He will not able to show the chart or the model on that subject, on that question. Okay, but if the teacher is using a computer, then at a time the teacher using the internet can manage to present some picture of that thing on a computer screen, and he can show the chart or the thing to the of the computer screen to his student, and he may achieve the needs, and he may able to solve the problem of that student at that time. Okay, so in today's class we have learned about call, what is call, and the full form is called of call, that is computer assisted learning, and the aspects of call. We have learned about the 4 aspects of call and the use of computer in language learning. This is our today's class. So you have to learn this class. Thank you.